A lot of people have been saying to me, "Oh, you should have interviewed Ye." People have been saying, "You would have done a better job than Tim Pool." Some people told me, right? Just trying to butter me up. But I don't know if it's a good idea. I interviewed Nick Fuentes, but very few people know about that. See, like the thing about me that I'm lucky in a lot of ways is that I'm not famous for anything, or I'm not cozying up to anybody famous, because people would say, "Oh, that Lift the Veil, that Nathan Saltman, look at what he said before. Look at who he's hosted before." They'd be like, "Oh, he had on Nick Fuentes, David Icke, Isaac Happy, Alex Stein." They'd say, "Oh, he's a Nazi. He platformed white nationalist Nick Fuentes." But I think Nick Fuentes is a really interesting character, but I would question, and I do think it's serious to question, whether he is or acts as controlled opposition. We should look up the definition to controlled opposition before we accuse people of that. But it's interesting to think about when you think about Milo now and what he wants to do. When you think about Nick and some of the things he's done and some of the things he says and whether he believes them. And then when you think about Ye and what he has done now to everybody associated with him. See, like, I think it's okay to like Hitler. I mean, I don't want to control the way people think. Some people like Hitler. I disagree. Like, I did my research and I came to a different conclusion. But I think it's okay. Now, to say it out loud or to let anybody know that you like Hitler, that's not advisable ever in any situation, basically. But it's okay to think. I don't want to control the way people think. But it's not smart to say. That's all. I hate to come down on Ye, but he's not being smart about the way he's going about things. It's not being very strategic about the way he's going about things. So I know there are people that are people already told me they disagreed with what I said about it earlier, which I don't even know what I said. I said what he said is going to put him in his grave, basically, possibly. But maybe because I didn't say, "Oh, he was right." Maybe because there are people who are like, Kanye is right. And that's, if you think that, I'm like, I understand. And I'm not going to say you're a terrible person. But you have to understand it's socially unacceptable. Okay. In a real way, not in a way like being unvaccinated is socially unacceptable, or liking Donald Trump is socially unacceptable. Not like that, like way worse. And those things are pretty bad, right? When you think about it, saying people knowing you like Donald Trump, people knowing that you're unvaccinated, those are things that can make people think things about you, right? People knowing that you like Hitler, unironically, it's on a totally different level. And then he questioned the 6 million, which is crazy. Because now they can call him a Holocaust denier, which is what they call Nick Fuentes. And as far as Nick Fuentes' Holocaust denial goes, I think it was just that joke he did about the cookies, I think, which was somebody actually wrote into him and he read the joke aloud and then made some commentary on it. It's a joke about how long it would take to bake 6 million batches of cookies. That was the joke. And I can't say anything about it except to say that when you do that officially, you become a Holocaust denier. As soon as you even question the 6 million, even if you just question it, even if you like Jews and you don't like Hitler, see, which I don't think is fair, frankly. Like, I don't think it's fair that even if you like Jews and you don't like Hitler and you denounce Kanye, you still can't question the 6 million or you're anti-Semitic. I disagree with that because I think people should be allowed to question history. So, and, but I realize that it's the way the world works, that you can't do that. And there's something wrong with the way Kanye thinks. You know, I've known that forever, whether he's bipolar or not. I think he is. There's something wrong with the way he thinks. He doesn't think like a normal person. You know, like no normal person. He obviously has trouble controlling himself from doing things that maybe he later regrets, like the Taylor Swift situation and and then there was the George Bush doesn't like black people situation, which other people probably wouldn't say, even though it was kind of cool for him to say that in a way at the time. But he doesn't act like a normal person. He says things that other people don't say. And it just so happens he decided somehow, I don't know how, that the Jews are responsible for everything. And it has to do some of it with his personal experience. But then something brought him around to liking Hitler, apparently. So something brought him around to that. And then he is hanging out. So, yeah, I don't know. I mean, I imagine Milo probably isn't cool with that. But I think Nick Fuentes maybe. I mean, he has said, I read the quotes about Nick Fuentes. Said, I want to be Hitler 2, Hitler 3, Hitler 4, something like that. Like he admires Hitler in some way. Apparently he had said that before. So is Nick Fuentes, I mean, is he for real? And I interviewed him, like I said, and I think he is immensely talented. Is he for real? And does he give too much material to the other side? You know?